Welcome back, Hypno Buddies, to more Chaos Head Noah. Nailed it. So, back to this. When last we left our hero, or when last we had left our zero, well, things have been moving along a little bit. I actually, thinking back on it, kind of regretted how I kept comparing it to Steins Gate's Slow Boil. This one seems like it's moving along at a decent clip, actually. We're getting into some stuff. We've had a murder right in front of us, which I have a feeling is going to be followed up on today. I have a sneaking suspicion we're going to run into our murderer at school. So without further ado, and we're back. For some reason, game didn't remember my quick save. I know I quick saved, but I just had to fast forward through the chapter again to get back here. It didn't take me long. God bless the control key. But after our little sister has run out on us, just one day later, my immersion would be broken once again, which kind of ties into what Psy'Min says at the beginning, where we're probably going to end up at school. We're going to run into a murderer again. Yep, damn it, why did I have to go to school today? It was so early. Here we go. Why today? This is the worst. But it wasn't like I could just take the day off. If I did, my minimum attendance chart would get all thrown off, and then I wouldn't be able to graduate. I feel like I've read this text before. I'm going to turn down the volume for me slightly. Everyone talks about graduation. What's the point? What am I graduating from, really? Ugh. I just want to sell items in video games for a living. I don't need school for that. I was the one insisting on going through with it, but I still couldn't help but complain. Because that's just the kind of person I am, as we have established. As I approached the wealthy district of Matsunami, I finally realized I've been feeling a gaze for a while now. Not the gaze, a gaze. Is this going to be that FES person we saw before? But this wasn't the usual God's gaze. I didn't feel any shivers on the back of my neck. It's going to be that girl, isn't it? Whoa, whoa, hey, I saw you. I saw you. I didn't catch the hair color. It's probably not our... It's either our sister or the murderer or that FES chick. As I turned the corner, I took a quick, tiny glance behind me, and I caught a glimpse of a girl wearing a Psy'Min uniform. No way. Was it the demon from yesterday? Kind of looked like it. I instantly lost my composure. An extreme amount of tension overtook my body, and my walking became stilted. Like I said, this game does move a little bit faster than Steins Gate, and I'm here for it. A moment ago, it was a quiet morning like any other, but now it felt like the entire world was out to get me. No, just one serial killer. I could faintly hear the sound of birds chirping atop the phone lines. Oh, it ain't faint, trust me. And I could also hear music from the morning news playing in nearby homes. In a peaceful scene like this, where crime would seem totally out of place, I came close to imagining myself getting brutally murdered. Okay, I need to calm down. It wasn't like I'd clearly seen her face or anything, and there was nothing strange about seeing Psy'Min students walking behind me. We were headed for the same destination after all. Yeah, but she hid when you looked at her. I would be fine. But just in case, I'm going to run. Even though school was straight ahead, I decided to take a hard right. I was worried about what could be behind me, but I desperately suppressed the urge to turn around. I needed to keep my cool and act natural. My heart was pounding, but I kept walking. I continued for about a minute or so, until I decided I couldn't take it anymore. Oh, God. I slowly turned around. Yeah, I saw that. Okay, I think that's a new girl. I don't think that's a face we've seen before. That's someone else with long blonde hair. We made eye contact for a second, but I panicked and turned back around. Why was she following me? This path was obviously the long way to school. That meant she had to be tailing me. Either way, I'd never seen her before. Yeah, this is a new character. I caught that much. She definitely wasn't the demon from yesterday, that was for sure. She was wearing glasses, and the demon girl hadn't been. That fact alone was enough to calm me down. I decided to just head straight for school. I'd have to skip my routine breakfast at the park because of it, but oh well. Kuso. Girl A. To me, you're just background character. Pedestrian 1 or Girl A. So stay out of my way, goddammit. It's that game from Danganronpa 2. Girl A and Girl B. I forget the name of it. After I entered the school, Girl A disappeared. I'd expected her to continue tailing me, but instead she turned and headed toward the third-year classrooms. Maybe she was never tailing me in the first place. Maybe I was just overthinking it. No, you weren't. But still, it was definitely weird that she'd taken the same detour that I had. Did she hate me for some reason? Had I done something to piss her off? Dude, you interact with literally nobody. I didn't think so. No, I couldn't have. I hardly ever went to school, and when I did, I tried to keep my presence very minimal. So then what the hell was she trying to accomplish? Oh, we've gotten all the way through school, and we're back at the, at cafe. Somehow I managed to make it through the torture known as school. On my way back, I made my usual stop at cafe, and I took my seat in room 37. The nearby rooms were normally always empty, but surprisingly, that wasn't true today. There was someone in room 36. Oh no. Their door was closed, but the light from the desk lamp leaked through the cracks. I couldn't help but click my tongue when I entered my room. Having someone sitting nearby posed a bit of a problem. Whenever I did things like chatting online, I had the tendency to talk to myself sometimes. Well, whatever. Time to just ignore it and log on to ESO already. I'm sure it'll be just fine. It's definitely not a major character. As long as I make a conscious effort to stay quiet, it shouldn't really be an issue. The hell's wrong with these people? Irritated, I slammed my hands down on the keyboard. Okay, that didn't take long, did it, buddy? It had only been 2 hours since I started playing, and I was already this close to throwing myself off a cliff. Okay, 2 hours, never mind. The people I'd partied up with today were total noobs. Relatable. When was the last time I even did fractals in Guild Wars 2? I'm just done. I've been trying my best to help them, but one of them went all Leroy Jenkins and just died. Repeatedly. There's a reference. To be fair, Leroy only died once, but still. Then the other one was a mage, but he didn't cast any healing spells at all. What the hell RPG MMO mage healing spells? What? That's a priest thing. As a result, we just kept getting full party wiped over and over again. And yet, instead of figuring out why it was happening, all they ever did was continue to piss and moan in the chat. Fuck these shitty players. So many bad memories. I finally just lost it. I proceeded to PK both of them, steal all their items, and instantly escape to another area. Everything Neidhard couldn't do, Lisa Lotte could do without a second thought. This is exactly why I came all the way to Cafe for a few. Finally feeling a bit better, I breathed a sigh of relief and went to grab a drink. You've forgotten all about the fact that someone is next door, haven't you? At Cafe had a bunch of all-you-can-drink soda fountains in the reception area. And related to that was the only bad thing about room 37. It was kind of far away from the reception area. Oh dear. When I left my room, the door to room 36 was open. Naturally, in order to make my way to the front, I had to go past it. I casually took a peek inside as I walked past, but there was nobody in there. Come to think of it, I had heard someone get up a moment ago. Oh God. And although there was no one there, I saw a bag on the ground next to the reclining chair. It looked like a school bag. There were a few toy straps hanging from it. Oh, it's the Froggies again. The Giro Froggies. Yeah, those. The ones that Nami had shown me yesterday. There were 3 of them in total. I guess they really were popular. Well, whatever. It wasn't like I cared either way. Besides, if the person came back and caught me staring, they might have taken me for a pervert or a thief. Realizing that, I decided to just go get my drink. However, right as I went to leave, my eyes caught a glimpse of the text on their monitor. And I froze. Is it the same text as always? Oh, never mind. All things new gen. And if that wasn't enough, it was written in the most sickening font, as if it were trying to freak me out. New gen. I've been deliberately avoiding any and all info about those cases. I really didn't want to know anything more about them. And as long as I kept avoiding them, I could tell myself that they had nothing to do with me. I want to hear some reporting on that murder in the alleyway. We haven't heard anything about that. Someone needs to acknowledge that. No, forget about that. More importantly, the customer next door to me was looking at a site lining out everything about New Gen. Was it just a coincidence, or did it mean something? I mean, it is trendy. For a moment, the face of the demon girl flashed through my mind, sending goosebumps across my entire body. I shook my head violently, trying to force those horrible thoughts away. Whoever this girl is going to walk in on us just standing outside her door. I was just overthinking it. Yeah, it had to be. Nobody was out to get me. I was just being paranoid. New Gen was pretty much all the media talked about lately. By this point, anybody would be interested in it. Exactly. That was all it was. Yep. No doubt about it. Definitely, for sure. No question. Anyway, I should just go get my drink already and get back to business. I quickly placed my cup under the dispenser and pressed the cola button. Delicious, ice-cold cola started pouring out. It was getting dark outside, which meant this place was going to get really crowded soon. Is this an all-night place? There were already a few customers standing by the front desk waiting to be shown to their rooms, and the darker it got, the more people would show up. In about an hour or so, all the rooms surrounding room 37 would fill up. Once that happened, it'd be time for me to head home. I took my cup and headed back toward my seat. On the way, I casually glanced down the hall toward the bathrooms. That's when... Oh, I got a good look at her that time. Yeah. What's your deal, honey? I saw a girl's figure disappear into the corridor. She'd been wearing a Psy'Min uniform and had glasses on her face, and I recognized her. It was the same girl that had been tailing me this morning. Girl A. Huh? Why? I thought I might have been mistaken, so I hid behind some bookshelves and looked toward that corridor for a while, but she never showed up again. It must have just been my imagination. Yeah, it had to have been. I'd only seen her for half a second after all. This place was typically swarming with Psy'Min girls, and plenty of them wore glasses. But what if it had been Girl A? If she were here, what would that mean? Was it just a coincidence, or had she followed me? I was starting to get a little scared. Time to go home, buddy. Just log on to your alt account from home. You don't need to go to the cafe. I left the cafe and started rushing back to my base. In the end, my anxiety had been too much to handle, and I'd left almost immediately after I saw the girl. I wanted to get home as soon as possible, but the crowded sidewalks were slowing me down. I was feeling sicker and sicker by the minute. I hated crowds. I always felt like people were watching me and snickering. A red pedestrian signal stopped me in my tracks. As I waited for the light to change again, I couldn't help but take a quick look around. I didn't see Girl A anywhere. As soon as I reached the top of Dogenzaka, walking got a little easier. I hope I'm saying these places right. Usually I would take the least crowded way back, but... Jump scare. After what had happened 2 nights ago, I figured I should stick to the main streets, just to be safe. So that was only 2 nights ago. I was stuck at a red light again, so I took another look behind me. But Girl A was still nowhere to be found. That girl I'd seen at that cafe might have been a different person after all. You don't really believe that, buddy. Feeling a bit relieved, I let my tense shoulders relax a little, then turned back around. Oh, God. Yep. Oh, it's this again! What does this mean? What does this do? I'm just going to keep playing the neutral route, but I have a feeling this, this determines something, and just God knows what. I'm going to have to wait for the game to explain it to me. Shocked, I took a step back. On the other side of the crosswalk, standing among the crowd, waiting for the light to change, was the girl. And to make matters worse, the gaze beyond those glasses was clearly pointed straight at me. She didn't even try to look away. Okay, this time she's not even trying to hide. It's like, okay, you've caught me 3 times. Let's just drop the pretenses. Her eyes were so intense. It was as if they were urging me to do something. How can you tell if they've got the anime protag white fill-in on them? Alright, whatever the choice was, it's gone. Oh, I think you can barely see the eyes through there. I couldn't take my eyes off her either. It was like I was suffering from sleep paralysis. Suddenly, Girl A opened her mouth. She seemed like she was trying to say something. But everything was so loud, there was no way I could hear what she was saying. Watch out for the car! I was completely entranced. All I could do was stare at the movement of her lips. Whose... Uh-oh. Eyes... are... those... eyes? A chill ran down my spine. There was no way she'd just said that. It must have been my imagination. I sucked at lip reading anyway, so I probably just got it wrong. I shook my head, trying my hardest to look away from her. Either way, Girl A had definitely said something. Whatever it was incredibly creepy. Especially considering the two of us had never met before. I needed to stay away from her. I should just run. I'll just run straight home. Run! Whipping my weak, withered heart into shape, I broke into a sprint. I ran back down Dogenzaka, trying to put as much distance behind me and Girl A as I could. On my way, I turned to enter a back alley. Oh, we do not have good experiences with those, my guy. And right as I did, I crashed into something and toppled over. Pain shot through my entire body. I groaned, not fully understanding what had just happened. The pain was so bad I could hardly stand. Looking up, I saw a big motor scooter lying on the ground. That must have been what I'd run into. And who's on it? I gritted my teeth and tried to force myself to my feet, but my legs just weren't able to hold me up. Well, it didn't seem like I'd broken any bones, at least.
大丈夫ですか?
We're just surrounded by supporting female characters today, aren't we? Oh, it's you! How'd you get in front of us? Or did you actually chase us down? Who owns the motorcycle? Before I knew it, Girl A was right in front of me. She was peering into my face, eyes full of concern. What the hell was up with this girl? My body wouldn't move. As pathetic as it sounds, I was scared shitless. I had no idea what to do. My plan had been to catch a train ride to Shenzhen and get home that way, but now I was starting to regret my life choices.
怪我してませんか?
Are you hurt? Girl A asked me timidly. Was she acting all worried so I would drop my guard? You won't fool me. I won't fall for your tricks, you 3D wench. What the hell is wrong with you? Leave me alone. Stop following me. Okay, we finally get to have a conversation. Quit following me. What do you want from me anyway? Panicking, I lashed out at Girl A, who just stood there in surprise. I tried scuttling backward to make some distance, but I was still flat on my ass. If I didn't get away from her, she'd reach into her jacket, pull out a knife, and jump me. That was my thought process anyway. A gruesome scene flashed through my mind over and over again. All I could think was, that's how I'll end up. This is not the same girl, my dude. The girl hung her head, looking a little hurt. So, you ran off, so I came to check on you, and then you fell, so I got worried, and, but, I don't, want anything from you, so, I'm not even going to try to pretend that I have the range to do 8 million girl voices like this game is going to have. She didn't want anything from me. What? That didn't make any sense. Then, well, why have you been stalking me? I should give one of these girls the Romulus voice from Aviary Attorney. That'd be hilarious. That's because etto is one of the Japanese words for and I have a feeling this girl's going to be saying it a lot. She was getting flustered. I just couldn't get over how suspicious she was acting. Kusunoki Yua. Kusunoki Yua. Okay. What is your deal, Kusunoki Yua? Nobody had asked her to, but she suddenly started introducing herself anyway. To be honest, ever since the moment I first saw you, I've wanted to know more about you. So, we are definitely an anime protagonist. I just instinctively. Are you new to the school or something? What? She just instinctively started stalking me? That's not how stalking works. This girl, whose name was Yua apparently, kept lowering her gaze as she talked. I'm very sorry. She bowed her head vigorously. There's no way. That was the only thing on my mind. There's no frickin' way. Not a chance. Taking another look at her, this Yua girl was pretty cute. I had to give her that much at least. Dude, she's 3D. Don't trust her. That's exactly why I couldn't trust her. Yeah, that too. A 3D girl who wanted to interact with me? With good intentions? Yeah, that's like 3 red flags in a row, dude. Keep running. What kind of rogie was this? No, that was last episode. My whole life, nobody had ever said anything like that to me. There was no way I could take her confession seriously. This was just way too out of left field. What, did she think I'd be jumping for joy or something? Did she forget she'd been stalking me until just now? Sure, that kind of thing might work in the 2D world, but IRL, it was a certified boner killer. Okay, sure thing. Also, the whole situation was really embarrassing. All I wanted was to get out of here ASAP. And just talking to her made me anxious. 3D really was total dog shit. I'm not into 3D. Is this something Japanese people actually say? This is just something I relegate to characters like Hifumi. Please don't tell me this is how actual people in Japan talk. Huh? Mind you, anime is popular enough over there that I wouldn't be surprised if it was.
Yeah.
I mean, you're for. I always stuttered when I try to say something harsh, but I had to be clear. Don't follow me anymore. I don't like it. You're freaking me out. Quit following me. I'm sorry. She sure looked disheartened. Maybe she actually meant it. Nope, don't fall for it. You can't trust anything about 3D women. You can only trust 2D. You can trust Saratan far more than this harlot. My waifu minis would never betray me. Just don't follow me anymore. I gotta go now. As I mumbled incoherently, I tried as hard as I could to stand up, but I struggled. My body was still hurting all over the place. My collarbone in particular was being a real bitch. Okay, so I guess we just ran into a parked motorcycle, the owner of which is not to be found. The pain was making me feel kind of dizzy. I must have hit my head when I fell down earlier. I almost fell over again, but Yua caught my hand and stopped me. Are you hurt? Here, I'll help you get up. I tried really hard not to make eye contact. I could feel my face turning bright red. She'd definitely make fun of me if she noticed, so I turned away and forcefully shook her hand off. My mind was a total blank. I'd hardly, if ever, touched a female before. I am shocked by this revelation. I could never have guessed. Except family members, of course. Yeah, Nanami doesn't count. My heart was beating out of my chest. I'll help you get back home. Because, you only got hurt because I was following you in the first place. So, she admits it. Please, let me help you. I felt really happy when you asked me that. I wasn't really used to being treated kindly by others. Every other 3D woman I had interacted with before was utterly vile. They were DQNs, but this girl, I was actually starting to warm up to her a little bit. No, that's how she gets you, dude. But I didn't have the courage to look her straight in the eye. I mean, she had been stalking me, and she also might have been related to the demon girl, and I didn't want to die. I'd love to let you help me, but I want to live, so no. Let's see how she takes that. All sorts of thoughts flew through my head, but I couldn't focus on any single one of them. My mind was a total blur. There's that Eto again. So, which way was your house? Shinsen. That's what I said. I nodded before instantly regretting it. Yeah, don't tell her where you live. Why the hell had I told her that? Was I expecting something to happen if I did? This had to be one of my delusions. Death flag. Yeah, no kidding. Maybe karma'd put me on a lucky streak, just so it could come down and beat me down later. You saw that cliche all the time in anime. This must have been some sort of death flag. Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god. Before I knew it, Yua was trying her best to prop me up with her shoulders. Her soft body was tightly pressed against mine, and I could smell a sweet scent coming from her long hair. Oh, he's already lost it. He's already done for. He's dead. He's not going to live to the end of the episode. This couldn't be real. There was no way a 3D girl was being this nice to me. Can you walk? You can barely talk. I nodded in response.
行きましょう。
All right, then let's get going. Her voice almost sounded nervous. Then, with my head pointed down at the ground, I slowly started to walk. She'd done so much for me at this point, I couldn't turn her down or shake her off anymore. I was out of options. I just had to let her do as she pleased. Leaning on her delicate shoulder for support, the two of us got moving. I don't know. She could be good, she could be bad. I'm getting flashbacks of a certain character, Steins Gate. Just because she seems nice doesn't mean she's going to try to shoot me. Neither of us said a word until we reached the building where my base was located. After all, there was no way I could hold a half-decent conversation with a girl, let alone one I didn't know. I knew that the second I'd bring up anime or video games, she'd automatically go, ew, what a freak, just like every other 3D girl. She wouldn't even bother listening or trying to understand. Watch, she was the other girl in the party. She was the mage. From my point of view, there was just no point in talking to bitches like that. Oh, this woman has been nothing but nice to you so far, okay? Maybe she'll turn out to be a bitch. But she's not a bitch right now. Be nice. Learn your manners. Here's fine. You can go now. That grumble was about all I could muster, and I looked at Yua to make sure she understood it. She gave me a gentle nod in response, then removed her arm from under me. I was still a little unstable, but I managed to stay upright. How about I at least, help you up to your room? I hate to break it to you, but I'm on the top of the building. There's a lot of stairs. I completely ignored her suggestion and walked toward the lobby. Well, I say lobby, but it was really just a narrow entryway to the elevator hall. Still, the moment I lifted my foot to start climbing the small staircase leading up to it, a sharp pain ran through me and I nearly fell over again. Yeah, you're not doing this, my guy. Are you okay? Yua rushed over to support me. Damn it, why was she still here? All right, I'm coming with you to your room. I won't let you down. She sounded almost desperate. I hated to admit it, but Yua had been a big help, and in the end, she had taken me all the way back to my base. Well, now she knows where you live. You're screwed. Okay, I didn't notice the outside stuff. Is this actually where he does his laundry? I wasn't even paying attention to that. Where does this guy go to the washroom? I joked that he just pees off the edge of the building, but I'm really not seeing a whole lot of other options here. To get there, first we had to go all the way up to the 8th floor, then take a steep flight of emergency stairs up to the roof. Okay, so the elevator gets you most of the way there. In my current state, there was no way I could have ever possibly managed that alone. Yua wasn't strong in any sense of the word. She was very clearly running on fumes. And yet, she had helped me up the stairs as if her life depended on it. So, this is where you live, huh? Yeah, a shipping crate on a roof. Pretty eclectic, even for Japan, I must say. Yua was left speechless when she saw my container house. No surprise there. Normal people probably would never believe someone could live in a container. It's kind of nice. Excuse me? It has this sense of rebelliousness to it. I like it. I never thought she'd say something like that. Was she just trying to flatter me or something? You won't fool me, wench. I will never fall for a 3D girl's tricks. With Yua still propping me up, we walked up to the container door, removed the padlock, and stepped inside. And the smell hit her like a semi-truck. You don't want her to see this, my guy. She needs to leave right now, or she's going to lose all respect for you. Whew. I was finally back. Today was another total catastrophe. This was why you really couldn't beat staying indoors. It's so dark. Where's the light switch? Oh god, she's still here. Don't do it. Don't let her. Did she really not have any shame just coming into my room like this? I mean, to be fair, she had brought me all the way here on her shoulder. But I really didn't want her seeing the rest of my room if I could help it. I mean, I had dozens upon dozens of figures lined up on my shelves. Piles of eroge boxes on my bed. Oh yeah, that too. Forgot about that. And trash all over the floor. I'm fine now. Let me go. You can leave now. Please close your eyes and turn around. After I said that, I waited for you to let me go of me, but she didn't budge.
すごく散らかって。
Your floor is a little messy. I mean, it seems a
歩
little
きにくいと思うんです
hard for
け
you to
ど、
walk across.
絶対危ない
It's
ですよ。
dangerous in your current state.
ソファーまで行きましょう。
Let me take you
そ
over
こ
to the
で
couch
話します
first.
から。
I'll let you go after that. In the end, I just kept on doing whatever she said. The couch was covered in CDs and magazines, but Yua quickly cleared them out of the way, as quickly as she could while still holding me up anyway. As soon as she was finished, I sat right down. Man, she's just so sweet and caring. Wait, what am I saying? I'm not going to fall for it. I'm not. Typical girl throws herself at the protagonist situation. Come on, dude. Don't you watch anime? Happens all the time. Are you all right now? Yeah, I'm fine. The two of us are all alone in that room. It was almost pitch black, save for the tiny bit of moonlight shining through the open doorway. Just mildly concussed. I'm okay. As a result, I couldn't tell what sort of expression Yua had on her face. On the bright side, though, hearing a girl breathing in the dark was pretty hot. Well, silver linings. Come to think of it, it was the first time anyone aside from my little sister had ever seen my room, which meant it was the first time I'd had an actual girl up here. Uh-oh. If this was a game, then I would have tripped some sort of flag. After that, soon enough, the mood would turn romantic, and before we knew it, we'd be all over each other. Ah, see, he does watch those kind of animes. That said, I wasn't expecting anything like that. Reality was complete and utter shit. It was nothing like the 2D world. And besides, this Yua girl wasn't normal. She was a stalker, so yeah, you just let your stalker into your room. She's been stalking you for a day, and you've already caved. Wait, why was she still here? How long was she planning on staying? Her job here was done, so shouldn't she be leaving now? That was when it hit me. Wait. No. Was her plan to get me alone in an isolated spot? Then do something horrible to me?
明かりのスイッチは。
Where's the light switch?
パソコンの。
Oh. Time for you to,
パソコン?
It is by the pasocon. I know that word from the mouse commercial. The only light source in the room was the desk lamp by my PC. I wanted to tell her to turn that lamp on, but I just couldn't get the words out. Oh, I see the lamp. Is that the only light in here? Oh, yeah, I think you said that, actually. Oh, I see that lamp over there, right? Yeah, don't knock over my minis. You knock over my minis, there's going to be a dead body in this room, but it's not going to be me. Yua carefully made her way over to my computer desk, avoiding all the garbage by her feet, then turned on the lamp. And then there was light. The darkness had put all sorts of embarrassing ideas and delusions in my head, and now that I could see Yua's face clearly, all those fantasies made it hard to look her in the eye without getting even more embarrassed than I already was. Panicked, I couldn't get any words out, so I just kept my head down. Ah! She shouted so suddenly that goosebumps shot across my skin. Her gaze was pointed straight at the Saratan figure next to my monitor, who was striking her favorite sexy pose.
これって
This
ブラチューのセーラ
This
ちゃん
is Sarah-chan from Bloodtoon, right? Of course she's a friggin' fan.
知ってるの？
You know her?
はい。ブラチューは大好
Yes,
きで
I
毎
love
週見てます
Bloodtoon. I watch it every week. I really hope she's evil, because otherwise she is such a stereotype right now.
へえ。
Please tell me you're setting us up.
セ
Huh.
ーラちゃんがお好きなんですね。
You sure love
私のヒロイン
Sarah-chan,
の
don't
中
you?
では彼女が一
She's
番
my
好きなん
favorite
ですよ。
heroine, too.
衣装も可愛いですし。
Her outfit is so cute. Her voice was full of joy. She was clearly speaking genuinely. There was no way she was just trying to trick me. Who'd have thought? Could Yua be a loser like me? A Funjoshi? A Fujoshi? Are you a Fujoshi? Nothing. Well, maybe she just liked anime.
あれ、フィギュアって言うんで
That's
すよ
a
ね。
figure, right?
ち
Well
ょっと見せ
done.
てもらってもいいで
Could I
すか？
take a look at it for a second?
すみません。
Oh,
ずう
I'm
ずうしい
sorry.
こと言っちゃって。もう
That was rude of me, wasn't it?
帰った方がいいですよ
Maybe I should just leave. And now you're going to insist that she stay? She bowed repeatedly, clearly flustered.
見ていいよ。
Sure, you can look. Well, I couldn't say I didn't enjoy her laying the praise on my waifu, so I might as well be a little nice to her.
本当ですか？ありがとうございます。
Really? Thank you so much. Yua took Sarah in her hand and started inspecting her closely.
それは 山陽道版の覚醒前バージョンなんだ。
That's the Sanyodo pre-awakening version. A few Sarah figures have been released, but this was the first one. Oh, I'm sure she knows.
へえ。
Wow.
あまりクオリティは高くないよ。
It's not very high quality, though. Parts of it are a little misshapen, like her face. Misshapen, like her face. The poses you can do with it are also way too generic. You can't make her look very sexy at all. Well, the clothes around her boobs are removable. It's a cast-off figure, but that's pretty much all it has going for it. Okay, you might be going a little too far, my guy. Back the truck up, okay? Hit the brakes a little. Her boobs? Oh, by the way, I've collected all 4 Sarah figures that are currently available. They're on those shelves. I've got the uniform version, the maid version, and the swimsuit version.
そんなに種類が。
Wow! I had no idea there were that many. It must have been hard to get them all.
一番評価が高いのは
The most expensive one is the maid version, but if you ask me, I'd say the swimsuit version is pretty good too. Starting to stammer here.
そうなんですか。
You think so?
見てみたいですね。
Can you show me?
でも
Actually,
暗くて。
it's still a little dark.
もうすぐアルファから待望の覚醒後バージョンが出てくるんだけど
Alpha's releasing the ultimate post-awakening version soon, and it seems like it'll be pretty high quality.
キャストオフも胸元だけじゃなくてほぼ
They're saying-
変身可能だっていうし、表情もポーズも質感も言うことなしだね。
Okay, your sister's right. You have no experience talking to women. They're saying all of her clothes will be removable. Yay! Not just her boobs. Plus, the different expressions and poses are going to be top-notch.
あとはカラーさえバッチリなら、
If they
今年
nail the
発売さ
paintwork
れたフィ
too,
ギュアの中でも
it'll
MVP 候補
definitely
だ
be a candidate for Figure of the Year.
アルファ？
Alpha? Is that a store?
メーカーだよ、フィギュアの。
They're a manufacturer. They make figures. Oh, okay.
なるほど。
Yeah, Naruhodo. Suddenly realizing what I'd done, I clapped my mouth shut. I've been rambling on for way too long. Yeah, put the filter back in, my guy. I'd gone off on a tangent about goddamn anime girl figures with removable pieces and sexy poses. I bet like I look like a total idiot to Yua. Now, apparently she has incredibly low standards, so I think you're good. I want to know which sort of face she was making, but I couldn't bring myself to look at her. Either way, though, it was obvious. She must have thought I was total human trash. Now, you're a protagonist. You're okay. I started panicking. My heart was beating out of my chest. I tried to avert my gaze as far away as I
あ
could.
の、
But that's when she called out to me, and I reflexively turned back to look at her. Her expression, it wasn't actually full of horror and disgust, like literally anybody else would be.
さっき言っていた
You said you had the combat
メイドバー
version
ジョンも
and the
見
maid
せても
version,
らって
right?
いいですか？
May I see them? They're not on the shelf?
Oh.
They're not on display?
そっちの
Sure.
棚に。
They're on the shelf. I was totally baffled. There wasn't a hint of anything on her face other than a wide, bright smile.
すごいですね。
Wow, this is amazing! You have such a big collection! In fact, her eyes were sparkling as she looked at my shelf full of figures. No way. Were there actually 3D women that weren't disgusted by this stuff? Lies. It must have been a 1 in a billion chance, but I suppose there were billions of people in the world.
メイドセー
Oh,
ラちゃんって
so
これ
this
で
is
す
Maid
ね。
Sarah-chan.
うむ。
I
アニメの
see.
印象とはちょっ
It's a
と
little
違う
different
け
from
ど、
how she looks on the
すごく
show,
可愛
but
いです。
she's still so cute.
下
Hee
着までちゃんと作
They
り込
even
ん
went
で
so
あ
far
る
as to
んだ。
make her little underwear, too.
こういうの
This is
実
the
物
first
で
time
見た
I've
のは
ever
初め
seen
てですけ
something
ど、
like this.
いいです
But
ね。
I really like it.
私も買ってみよ
Maybe I
うか
should
な。
get one for myself.
だったら、
If you want
覚醒後
one,
バージョン
you
を
should
予約
pre-order
した方
the,
がい
the
いよ。
post-awakening
あれは
version.
絶対おすすめだから
That's my recommendation.
そうですね。
You
あ
think
なたの
so?
話を聞いていたら、
I'm really interested
そ
in
の
that one
覚醒
too,
後バージョンは
considering how you
本
talked
気が
about
欲し
it
くなりました。
earlier.
覚醒後って
I need to let the
12
text
話
run
の
ahead, so I
あの
stop
シーンのことですよね。
stopping. The post-awakening version is from that scene in episode 12, right?
よく知ってますな、お主。
Oh
かな
ho
り
ho,
の
you
マニア
sure
です
know
な
your stuff, dear lady. You must be quite the fan.
はい。好きですから。
Yes, I love the show.
特にあの時の
I've rewatched the clip of the
シーンは
awakening
毎
scene
日録画したものを
every
見返
single
してます
wow, every single day since it came out.
あのシーンって演出と作画宮
You
地
know, the
だから
animation in
クオ
that
リティ
scene
高
is
くて
all
当然
Miyagi. He directed it too, so there's no wonder it's so high quality.
宮地
Miyagi?
そういう神クリエイターがいるんだ。
He's a god tier
あの人の演出
animator.
はマジで神だよ。
Everything
あ
he
とちゃん
makes
の
is
実況
totally
版でも
god
神
tier.
来たってなるし。
Whatever his work shows up in anything, people post on that channel like Miyagi FTW and stuff like that.
そうなんですか。
I didn't get a hint for FTW? Oh, really? I see.
すごく知識が豊富なんですね。
You certainly know a lot about this, huh?
スタッフが誰かなんて
I never really
まるで
paid
気に
much
してませんで
attention
し
to the
た。
production staff.
監督と演出と脚本はチェックして
It's a good idea to check the director, the producer, and the scenario writer at least. When it comes to new IPs, you can usually tell off of those alone whether it'll be worth watching or not.
わかりました。
I
今
see.
度からそうしてみますね。
I'll start doing that from now on. As you said that, she turned to face me with another lovely smile. I made a girl smile. I never thought I'd see this kind of eroge stuff happen IRL, let alone to me. I have a girlfriend now. Usually 3D women, including my little sister, only ever smiled when they were making fun of me. There's got to be some kind of catch. There's just no other explanation. I couldn't forget what Saratan had told me. Till then, you can't trust anyone. Don't listen to anything that anyone says. Yeah, I'm still sus of this chick. She's going to be the most evil one in the game. I'm calling
あ
it.
の、
Eh?
こんなこと聞いていいかどうかわからないんですけ
I'm
ど。
not sure if I have any right to ask, but... What? You got all shy out of nowhere. She was looking down and avoiding eye contact.
聞かせてもらっても
But
いいでしょう
is it
か。
all right if I ask
あなた
anyway?
のお願い。
I'd like to know your name. Oh, we haven't said that yet?
名前
My name? Namai? Now that she mentioned it, you had introduced yourself to me, but I never returned the favor.
西条匠
That. Nishijo Takumi. I was a little embarrassed, so I ended up weakly mumbling it out. What is this music all of a sudden? Hearts are going to start fluttering down the screen.
ですね。
Nishijo Takumi. Huh. Kun, I see. What year are you in?
2年
Oh, second year.
私は3年。私の方
I'm
が
a third
年
year.
上さんですね。
I guess I'm older than you then. Oh, another opportunity to make a choice that I don't understand the meaning of. Is this going to be explained at some point? I don't even know. Like, it's not even yes or no. It's just green. Would you like a green filter or a red filter? I'm assuming green is good and red is bad, but I also don't know what they mean. Like, does red mean we just murder them? Just stab ourselves? Like, I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Oh man, I was getting dizzy from how moe that sounded. Oh, she's got you so wrapped around her little finger. Could you be the kind older sister type? Damn it, trying to seduce me and shit. This woman was dangerous. She must be up to something.
それで、
By the way,
お願いがあるんです。
Nishija-kun, I have a request. A request? Seriously? There goes the filter. Was she gonna ask for one of my Saratan figures? So that she can fuck right off. She had the gall to ask me to part with one of my waifus? Ridiculous. Total insanity. There was nothing anyone could say, and there was no price anyone could pay to make me give up one of my Saratan figures. It's not going to be that, guys. Settle down. It wasn't fucking happening. If you want one so bad, go buy one yourself. Eek! While I was yelling at her in my head, Yua suddenly had a huge fall, landing flat on her rear. She rubbed her butt while on the verge of tears.
すみません。
Oh no.
CD を
I think I just tripped on one of your CDs.
ケース割れたかも。
The case might have broken. Oh, you're dead. You're so dead. I'm really, really
ち
sorry.
ょっと片付けますから。
I'll make sure to clean it up.
いいよ
That's fine. Just get out of here already. You've done enough. What the hell was that request you mentioned earlier? Yua started cleaning up the trash and CD cases lying all over the floor, even though I told her that she didn't have to. She looked so apologetic, it almost made me feel guilty, like I had done something wrong.
じゃあ、
Well,
足
let me
の踏
just
み場だけでも
clear enough space so I don't step on
確保させ
anything.
てください。
Okay? I'm really sorry.
その後で
I'll tell you about my request after I'm done. With the way she just instantly started cleaning, and thoroughly at that, she reminded me somewhat of my mom. Not caring in the slightest about what may cause problems for other people, rushing straight to doing whatever she pleased. You know, the typical meddler. In that case, I should probably start helping her, shouldn't I? We'd both reach for a piece of trash at the same time. Our hands would touch and we'd both say, "Ha! and then we'd stare into each other's eyes, just soaking in the glow of the moment, right? That's how this works, right? When you're cleaning, right? Right? Wrong! The fuck you think this is? Some kind of rom-com? Yeah, what do you think I'm talking? Psst. Come on, viewer. No way in hell was I helping her. While in the midst of piling up magazines, Yua suddenly spoke. Or suddenly stopped. Her back was turned, so I couldn't tell what she just picked up. Oh god, she picked up a dirty one, didn't she? It's fine. Don't mind me. What was she getting so nervous about? Something about it made me suspicious. Come to think of it, she was essentially ransacking my room at this point. What if she was trying to steal something? She's trying to gather info on you, dude. Maybe she was thinking that I had so many figures I wouldn't notice if one went missing. God, he's so defensive of his waifus. But little did she know, she was dead wrong. I'd perfectly memorized every single waifu on that shelf. If even a single one went missing, I'd be able to tell in a nanosecond. That's all he cares about. Don't touch any of my figures, okay? Finally, he just says it out. Alright, but I think there's been a misunderstanding. This is a blood tune doujinshi, I think it's called, right? I just saw it fall down and I decided to take a look at it. Yeah, exactly. My blood tune doujinshis? Shit, they're all porn. I was very interesting, so I was just surprised. That's all. Don't go looking at stuff without asking. Especially not in a teenage boy's room. Yua began tidying up again, nervous as ever. Shortly after, she quickly cleared a space to sit down and then turned toward me. About that request I mentioned earlier, well, finally, get it out already. What's it gonna be? It's not gonna be something little. It's not gonna be like, can we, exchange chat numbers or whatever. It's gonna be something bizarre or, well, we'll see here. I gulped and instinctively braced myself for impact. Yeah, I'm bracing myself. Earlier, you mentioned that one figure pre-order. Do you think we could go do that together? Oh, it is a little thing. Okay, fine. I'm still not trusting. Not a chance. Not because you're 3D, it's just because this is a too good to be true. Like, this has got to be an act. Huh? Huh? You see, I never go to an anime shop or anything like that before. I mean, wait, what am I even saying? I mean, I'm so sorry. You must think I'm being so rude. It's my fault you got injured after all. So apologetic. This was some dangerous territory. Yep. I couldn't afford to just blurt out an answer. Have you ever been to a store? You go there, you buy things, you're good. I'm pretty sure you can handle it. On one hand, you and I had shared interests. Hell, she was even a fan of Sarah. She also seemed very interested in what I had to say, which meant she was someone I could get along with as an otaku. Rare. But on the other hand, it had to be some sort of trap. I'm still betting money on that. There was just no way in hell something like this, something so perfect, would actually happen to me in real life. It was an eroge cliche. Nothing more. It's an every anime ever cliche. I couldn't let 3D corrupt me. Think, talking me, think. What the hell could Yua's true goal be? I'm sorry, please, just forget what I said. It's just all the things we talked about. It made me happy. Yua sat there with her head hung low. She's trying to guilt trip you, buddy. Don't fall for it. Pretty much every 3D girl ever was insanely full of themselves, and meanwhile, this girl was remarkably timid. And there was no way a 3D girl could be so pretty and have such a cute personality. Everyone knew that, meaning she had to be faking it. I'd turn her down, I'd gather all my strength, all the power vested in me as a man, and shoot her down. As Yua looked back up at me, I saw tears welling up behind her glasses. Don't fall for it. Don't fall for the puppy dog eyes. Don't do it. Wait, was she crying? Was it because I wasn't saying anything and I just made her cry? Oh, come on. Give me a break. What a life or death situation. I never experienced anything like this outside of video games. My heart was pounding out of my chest. This is the third time I've read that line this episode. I was even starting to feel a little guilty. They say that women weaponize their tears, but only now is that really starting to ring true for me. Honestly, I had absolutely no clue how to deal with it. I was getting more and more nervous by the second. We can go together, I tried to say, but ultimately I couldn't bring myself to. Because if I did, surely she'd just say something like, "Ew, this dumbass actually took it seriously? What a freak." Call it a persecution complex, but that was how I felt. I just couldn't do it. It's okay if you don't want to. After all, it's not right for me to ask for something so selfish. Sniffle. Oh, here come the waterworks. Her eyes seemed even more wet than before. I saw a single tear dripping out of the corner of her eye. I'll come with you. Eh? You'll come along with me? I had no choice but to nod. I couldn't think of any other way to make her stop crying. Still, it felt like I was stepping right into a trap. You goddamn simp. Yua seemed incredibly relieved. She took a deep breath, took off her glasses, and wiped away her tears. I never would have thought you'd agree to it. Thank you so much, Nishijo-kun. Nishijo-kun. Huh, she was thanking me. Seemed like I've been able to stop her from completely breaking down. Maybe I should be the one thanking her. Shit, how did I get myself into such a mess? Goddamn 3D women. You can never let your guard down around them. So then, when should we go? What time would suit you best? Hold on, where the hell had her sad expression gone? Only a second had passed and she was already looking happy as a clam. Those really were crocodile tears, weren't they? If so, she should win a fucking Academy Award. The new Sarah-chan figure is going on sale soon, right? Yeah, it'll probably sell out instantly, I think. So we should hurry and pre-order it as soon as possible then. How about we go tomorrow? Can't you just do this online? You don't need me. According to my schedule, I needed to go to school tomorrow. That made it 3 times total this week. Then the week after, I'd only have to go twice. I had a feeling that tomorrow was going to suck even more than usual. I have a feeling tomorrow we're going to run into the murderer. But I'd already told you I'd go with her. If I tried changing her mind now, or if I tried changing my mind now, she'd start the waterworks all over again. Oh, I really had no choice here, huh? Fine. I was incredibly reluctant, but still, I agreed. Yua seemed happy to hear that. But she couldn't fool me with that face of hers. Which class are you in, Nishijo-kun? We can meet up after school tomorrow. Don't you know? Haven't you been following me around all day? Class B. Class 2B then, right? Okay, I'll be waiting for you once classes are over. I nodded quickly in response, hoping that it'd make her leave faster. Wait, I just made a promise to hang out with a girl. Was this a dream? A delusion? I pinched my cheek to test that theory. It definitely hurt. Alright, well, I'm really sorry for taking so much of your time today. If your legs keep hurting, please go see a doctor, alright? Also, you really shouldn't pinch your cheek. That looked painful. I'm not sure why you did that. Oh, sure. I sat on the couch and watched Yua leave. She turned around and waved goodbye, then exited out the front door. I'll see you tomorrow, Nishijo-kun. Nishijo-kun. Yeah. I have expended my social energy for today. I'm pooped. She said, see you tomorrow. Sarah-chan, what the fuck just happened? And she even waved goodbye to me. Phooey. I felt like I was about to melt with bliss, so I quickly stiffened back up. That bitch has definitely fallen for me. No doubt about it. Phooey. Hey, it's going both ways. We can tell. But really, it's up to me whether or not I end up dating her, right? So, I'm just gonna dump that whore. No mercy, no sympathy. You know what I'm going to say? As you are now, you're not fit to be my woman. Come back once you surpass Sarah, which is to say never. After all, there's no way you can beat Sarah. She's forever 17, something along those lines. Yeah, there we go. As soon as she leaves, all of a sudden the monologue comes out. You are not going to say that. Not a chance in hell. There was no way any girl could ever be better than Saratan. But what if she cosplayed as Saratan? I picked up the Sarah figure and rubbed her against my cheek. And Saratan couldn't have looked happier. Because she's literally molded to look that way. Wow, we spent all day with that chick. Oh, looks like we're out of time. As I'm sure you all know, we have a test coming up soon, so make sure you take good notes, you hear me? Anyway, that's all for today. I'm going to assume that's a teacher talking. But I think that's a good time to wrap up. We basically spent the whole episode with Yua there. And I have a feeling we're going to be spending some time with her next episode too. But yeah, let's see what happens. I'm very curious what's going to be the story behind this girl. No way in hell she just suddenly decided to follow us because she wanted to know more about us. There's just, yeah. What's her deal? What's she after? What's her story? What's her ulterior motive? Can't be good, but we're going to find out. And you're going to find out because you're going to come back for the next episodes. So I will see you then. As always, make sure you're following all the stuff, the Twitter, the Twitch. And I will see you guys next time. Have a great week. I know you will. Bye-bye.